Welcome guys to another episode of Bubbles from the Bridge, your weekly dive update. Now this week has seen the water conditions improve for scuba divers despite the infrequent patches of rain that we've had. With the wind swinging around from a southerly direction, it's actually pushed in some nice clear water, and as of Monday the visibility was up to around about 8 or 10 metres. Now I've often had local divers ask, how can we have 2 or 3 weeks of rain and still have good clear conditions on the high tide? Well, the most important factor in determining the visibility, especially in this area here around Swansea Channel, is really the wind direction. Okay, in summer what we're after is southerly direction wind, and what this will do is actually push in some of the warm clear water that pulls out off our coast at this time of year that has drifted down from Queensland, and move it back into the channel and make conditions better for us to dive. In winter what we need are westerly winds to flatten out the seas, allow all the suspended particles to fall out of the water column and clear things up for us. Okay, now I find this is a really easy little system to remember. Southerly winds in summer, westerly winds in winter, and the prevailing conditions should be fairly good for diving no matter what else is happening in terms of the weather. Now, in terms of this weekend, as I said, the visibility should remain at around about 8 to 10 metres. The temperature is around about 19 or 20 degrees, so things are slowly starting to creep up to the summer conditions that we're looking for. Now, the wind should stay from the south this weekend at around about 10 knots until Sunday afternoon, where it will swing around to the northeast. The seas are predicted to be around about 1 to 1.5 metres this weekend, so the more southerly exposed sites might be a little bit rough, but northerly facing sites such as Catherine Hill Bay Coal Loader, the Log at Swansea Heads, and areas around Shoal Bay and into Nelson Bay should be fairly calm for scuba divers. I've been out to Swansea Bar this morning and it was really flat, quite surprisingly flat considering how rough it has been earlier this week. Now the tides are 1:45 in the ocean on Saturday and 2:45 on Sunday, and these are the times you want to jump in if you're diving Flight Point, the Pipeline or Halifax Park up at Nelson Bay. Now here in Swansea Channel, with the delayed tide times, we're looking at a 4:15 dive on Saturday and a 5:15 dive on Sunday. Now, in terms of social dives this weekend, our first dive on Saturday is a posted dive as a drift in here in Swansea Channel at 1 o'clock. We'll meet here at the shop at midday. The entry point is just over behind me here at the boat ramp in front of the channel here, and our exit point will be down towards the caravan park at the northern end of Swansea. Now, with the size of the tide this weekend being fairly mild, I'd predict about a 45-minute drift dive down to the other end. Our second dive on Saturday will be a 4:15 dive at the bridge, as I spoke about, and I'd suggest meeting at around about 3 o'clock on Saturday, especially if you need any air fills or hire equipment. With a 4:15 dive, we will be closed by the time that you guys are jumping in the water. So if you need anything from us, please come down nice and early to make sure you've got plenty of time for that. Now, if you do hire any equipment from us on Saturday, as I said, we won't be around to collect it that afternoon, but you can always bring it back Sunday or even Monday or Tuesday at a stretch if you needed to. Okay, on Sunday we have a single dive posted on our calendar. We're looking at a 10 to 30 dive out to Swansea Heads, once again trying to find these grey nurse sharks that have been hanging around, and some of the other cool stuff, the turtles, the wobbegongs and the odd Port Jackson that we've seen out there as well. Now, if you wish to come down to this dive, we're going to meet at the shop at 9:30, hit in the water about 10:30, and we should be packed up and gone by midday. Now, a last little thing to report is that I did a social dive here at the bridge a couple of days ago. It was quite nice, but the most interesting factor for me was that over here, just near the boat ramp in our little 4 to 5 metre safety stop area, we found one of the black versions of the little striped anglerfish. Now this guy is quite large for an anglerfish, probably at around about 3 to 4 inches long. They're really hard to see, but they're quite rewarding when you do find one. I think in around about 14 years of diving, I've seen 3 of these black anglerfish. So if you have a camera, or if you just want to have a look at this guy and you want some more detail, give me a call, come and see me at the shop, and I might be able to point out exactly where he's hiding at the moment. These guys don't travel very far. They tend to hang around in the same area for some time, and hopefully he'll stick around and a few of you guys can check out this interesting little creature. Okay, I think I've rattled on for long enough today. The last thing we need to do is go get wet and blow some bubbles.